I have 10 fragrances for gentlemen. Stay tuned. So this video, we're talking about 10 fragrances for the gentleman. Now, I'm not going into detail about these fragrances. I'm just going to show them to you and you take it for what it's worth. Before I do that, my scent of the day, Halloween X. And I have a story for this one. So stay tuned for the video on this one coming up. Wow. So for the first timers, if you are new to this channel, my name is Keith. This is the Fragrant Life, and here we talk about all things fragrance related. We have a great time while doing it. I tell lots and lots of stories, my things that happen in my daily life. If you do not care about stuff like that, then you definitely want to stay away from my type videos. My style of review is a lot different than other people. There's a small group of us who do this type of video, and for some people it rubs them the wrong way, and I don't understand why. If you don't like it, just don't watch. But with that being said, if you are not a subscriber to this channel, make sure you hit that red subscribe button. Make sure you ring the bell icon for notifications. Like these videos, thumbs up, share these videos, and be active in the comment section. And if you are sitting around wondering if I should just hit that subscribe button, but I don't know, go ahead and hit it. It's not going to cost you anything. You don't have to use your debit or credit card. You don't have to sign your name in blood. You don't have to give me your firstborn or anything like that. Just go ahead and hit the subscribe button and you'll get videos like this one. So with that being said, let's get to the video. Now, these are in no particular order. I'm just going to grab and go. And like I said before, I'm not going to talk in depth about any of these fragrances. All of these I love a lot. I will mention the ones I didn't care for in the beginning, but I do like now. And let's get started. So this one I have not worn yet, but just smelling through the atomizer, this is definitely one for the classy gentleman from the house of Tom Ford, Noir. This next fragrance is from the house of Givenchy, and this is Givenchy Gentleman. Another fragrance here that's going to be a love or hate for some people is from the house of Bentley. This is Bentley for Men Intense. A fragrance that I'm glad I got in my collection. You don't hear many people mention this fragrance anymore. You mostly hear about the newer fragrances from this collection. But this one is from the house of Tom Ford, and this is Tom Ford for Men. Definitely one for the classy gentleman. This one I was a little bit on the fence about. I actually should have stuck something else in this spot, but I feel strongly that this is one I'm going to go ahead and go with. Tuscan King from Alexandria. And it's not going to allow me. All right, that's good as it's going to get. A fragrance that I picked up from a subscriber some time back. This is not the right cap for this bottle, but he was thoughtful enough to find something to put on here so he can ship it. But from the house of Guerlain, this is La Instant de Guerlain Pour Homme Eau de Parfum. A fragrance that I am way ecstatic to have in my collection, way more than I am any of my other Creed fragrances, from the house of Creed, Viking. This is a fragrance I did not like at all when I first smelled it. I actually found it first at TJ Maxx about 2, maybe 3 years ago. And luckily, I had already been through the experience with TJ Maxx here anyway. that if you buy a fragrance and you open it, it's yours. There's no taking it back. I've tried, trust me. So what I did was I bought the fragrance just in case somebody decided they was going to, pick it up. I'd already have it. I went to Ulta. They have a tester. I sprayed it. I didn't like it. I took it right back to TJ Maxx. Fast forward sometime later, I took my girlfriend with me one day. We were walking around in Ulta and we were sniffing fragrances and stuff. And I saw this again, so I sprayed it, and I was like, well, she has one of them noses that she don't really like all the mass appealing, crowd pleasing type fragrances, so I'm gonna just see what she thinks. She hated this fragrance, and I ended up then liking it a lot. So I went ahead and got it. From the house of Gucci, this is Gucci Guilty Absolute. One of the last fragrances on this list, I'm going to have to go with this one. Very classy, elegant, and very much made for the classy gentleman. From the house of Lalique Pour Homme Lionhead. And if you saw my last video I just uploaded, I mentioned this fragrance. This is probably the classiest, the most elegant fragrance I have on this list, period. And I absolutely love it. Kinda has resemblance to Bois de Portugal. As far as I know, this is what I've heard. I haven't smelled it, I don't think. But this is good stuff. And I'm glad I found it when I did. From the house of Lalique Pour Homme. One of my favorite from this particular line. I don't have the Oriental version or the Orient version, whichever one, however you say it. But I do have this one. And this is from the house of Bulgari. This is Bulgari Man in Black. So these are just 10 fragrances in my collection that I consider for the classy gentleman. The guy who sits at the bar or a cigar lounge, has a cigar, has a cognac or some type of beverage, alcoholic beverage. They're talking business, they're talking numbers, stocks, stuff like that. These are successful, highly successful gentlemen. So if you like this type of content, let me know in the comment section. Let me know also if you had another fragrance that you would have substituted for something, whether there's something you think shouldn't have been on this list, or if you think this list was superb. With that being said, I am out of here, y'all. Here is to smelling great. Peace, y'all.